My name is Kala, Arvind Kala. How different South Indians are from North Indians. The contrast is stark, and this is particularly evident in their weddings. If you go to a South Indian wedding, as I happened to go 4 5 years ago, the women didn't wear, they were very, very understated. The colors of the saris or the salwar suits, it was, mustard and brown and beige and, light brown and colors like that. And in a North Indian wedding, particularly with the spread of Punjabi culture, it's the women dressed in purple saris or suits which are purple and bright yellow and crimson and starlight and bright pink, etc., etc. So the North Indians are very overstated, and the South Indians are exactly the opposite. And the odd thing about that South Indian wedding was, throughout of a very rich man, the Punjabi music was, it was just Punjabi music playing from 8 o'clock till 2 p.m. But the clothes were very, very understated. And in North Indian weddings, it's a kaleidoscope of colors. And so that's one thing. Another thing I've noticed about their bars, restaurants and bars. I happened to be in Hyderabad 3 years ago as the guest of the owner of a well-known restaurant called Blue Fox. And I was, with my North Indian sensibility, I was a little struck by how dark that bar was, Blue Fox. And I happened to sit with the owner, whose guest I was. And I said, how come this bar is so dark? So he said, South Indians like it that way. And I was surprised because as a Delhiite, as a person who's lived his life in Delhi, though I go here and there, I've always, the restaurants and the bars are very well lit because, the North Indian, including me, when I go out, I want to see other people and I want them to see me and, about how smart I am. This is human nature. All of us possess some vanity, and that is what it is. So there is no question of this. In fact, the South Indian, and I went to a bar recently in a place called Hortis in Cochin. It's a standalone bar with a in a Tony area of Cochin, and there also it was dark. I just couldn't imagine why a place is so dark. And I remember that these kinds of dark bars used to be like this. Delhi bars used to be like this, and restaurants. Right back when I was in college, in the time of Gautam Buddha. So the South just doesn't seem to have moved on when it comes to light, etc. By the way, I went to in Hyderabad. I also happened to visit Taj Krishna Hospitality. Taj, it's an international chain. So they were like any other, very well lit, etc., etc. But the South Indians are very, very, very understated. Their clothes, and the dhoti. They don't even wear shoes. They wear chappals, and that's a standard way of dressing. You can see Chidambaram or Stalin or etc. on TV, etc., etc. They're very, very understated, and uh, what do you call? Um, and the difference in North India and South India is South Indians. Their per capita income, they're twice as wealthy as North Indians. State of Telangana, the per capita income is 3,15,000. That means, every person gets something like 31,000 rupees a month. Yeah, in Bihar, it's just 54,000. So Telangana, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, all these states, the per capita income, they're four times that of North Indians. And they're very, very understated. North Indians have very little money. I remember sitting in a bar in Manali in Himachal Pradesh, and four Sikhs, one or two the Punjabis came along, and they asked for beer. You got a Foster? Yes sir, or no sir, whatever. You got a Kingfisher? You got a Corona? You got a Budweiser? You got a And so the waiter said, these guys are really going to order like crazy for four guys. And they ordered one beer. So, they walk like tigers and they have no money in their pockets. And the bills show that they're actually jackals, but they're walking like this. The North Indian. The South Indian will order everything very quietly. He'll take out a credit card or something and pass it very. So they're very very understated, and they're very casual about their appearance. I've seen across South India, people are very casual about this. North India is full of dandies. Yeah, I consider even myself as one. Yeah, I like to dress well, etc., etc., and bright colors. And I have a purple shirt, I have a light blue shirt, etc., etc. And I just like it, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Well, personal preferences, whatever. And so these are some differences. And did I mention this? And if I haven't mentioned it, I'll mention it again. You know what Muhammad Ali Jinnah said about India? India is not a nation, it's a combination of nationalities. And that is what I get. That's the feeling I get every time I go to Kerala, which I've been to 20, 30 times. I've been to Hyderabad 6, 8 times, etc. These are the only two states that I'm a little familiar with. And the contrast is it's just huge. Maybe the South Indians, it's a peninsular country, you know, and if you have an ocean on three sides, then you're relatively insular. And South Indians are the oldest people to inhabit India. They're the oldest, and their genetic history, their DNA, goes back to the first people who entered India 67,000 years ago. Now, as a North Indian, Punjabis, including me, I'm a Delhiite, so I happen to be from the border state of Uttarakhand. And this our genetic inheritance from the first Indians is far weaker than that of South Indians and people in central India. So they're just very very different. They're very understated. And the second thing about this is how few they are. When I go to Cochin and Kottayam, I wonder, where are the people. The Cochin roads seem absolutely empty to me. And there's North India, it's an ocean of people. Yeah, they begin from, and then there's no end to them. North Indians, they're innumerable. Yeah, they're like houseflies everywhere. Do you know, my friends, that six states of South India have just 28 crores? Now, UP and Bihar have 10 crore more people than all of South India. And when I say South India, I mean Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala, and the small state of Puducherry. They have only 28 crores. And Bihar and UP have 37 crores, 10 crore more. And now I'm not, and when I say the North Indians are virtually two and a half times the Hindi belt. Let me put it. You can say North India also. When I say North India, I mean Jammu Kashmir to. I mean essentially the Hindi belt to Rajasthan, and then from the west, Pakistan to right up to Bihar. So that's 73 crores, and South Indians are only 28 crores. And South India has always had a birth rate comparable to Europe for years. All the people, the population growth here is all in UP and Bihar and Orissa, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. They're called the Bimaru states. Bimar in Hindi means ill. So these are the ill states, and they are the ill states. And South India, and when I go to Kerala or even Hyderabad, I find it very, very clean. And another very clean. Hyderabad seems to be a booming city. And nobody wears dirty clothes, meaning soiled clothes. And another thing I've seen in among South Indians, the white is the preferred color. Everybody is dressed in white, wherever you go, you look at the street, where the street side which reflects the people of a state, of a province, or whatever, and they're all mostly in white. And that's not so in the north. Even a fellow like Kejriwal, who's very, very sober, who probably never hasn't looked at a mirror ever, he's often in a blue, bright blue shirt. Of course, he doesn't know, maybe he thinks it's auspicious for him. So South Indians they're just very understated. In fact, they have a store in South India, from Tirupur, the textile capital of South India, called Ram Raj. It's got 250 stores. It's a 1,000 crore company, and most of their shirts and kurtas and this are white or beige, etc., etc. No flashy colors, and they've got it's a flourishing company. So these, but in North India, they're all dandies. Yeah, they're just very, very fashionable compared to South Indians. In Punjab, I've seen sometimes, a newly husband, wife and wife and husband walking along. Say the woman is wearing a pink salwar suit. The sardi, her husband wears a pink turban. To match with her pink this thing. If she's wearing a purple salwar suit, the sardi will wear a purple turban. That's how that's how flamboyant North Indians are. Though they have no money in their pockets, yeah, they just walk like this with empty wallets. Sometimes I wonder if they were really rich, yeah, then how would they walk? They would bloody run like this and do the bhangra 24 hours a day, yeah. So it's like that. These are just passing thoughts, yeah. So, well, friends, I think I've told you enough, and it's time for me to go. And for Christ's sake, just bloody subscribe to my channel, yeah. Help me prosper, yeah. I'm bloody sitting around like a chutia doing these videos, and my fame isn't spreading, yeah. Okay, man. See you later, alligator.